And joining me today is Jose, who has been closely involved in thinking to the structure and purpose behind it. He's basically the brain behind how the whole process has to go. So welcome, Jose.
Thank you, Jerry. Happy to be here.
That's very great to hear.
Okay.
Hi guys, welcome back to TimeOut Zentegra. And in the previous episode, we did speak about the financial visibility and how the clarity over money changes the way the overall business operates. And towards the end of the video, we did say that we're going to talk something about our internal product. And finally, we are here for that. It's called as ZenDonor. And joining me today is Jose, who has been working closely in thinking on the structure and the whole purpose behind that application called as ZenDonor. Welcome, Jose.
Thank you, Jerry. Happy to be here. And I'm excited about this conversation because ZenDonor didn't just start as a product idea. It actually started as a problem we kept seeing again and again.
Got it. So let's discuss about all these problems and what is the issue, how did we start. We'll cover up most of the things, okay? So, as we told, let's start with the first question. What problem were we actually trying to solve with ZenDonor?
If you want to just put in one word, it is like visibility. So when we interacted with non-profits, we realized something surprising. Many organizations doing incredible work were managing donors and campaigns using spreadsheets, emails, and sometimes even handwritten notes, which is understandable because non-profits focus heavily on impact, not systems.
The main purpose of it.
Yes, but over time that creates chaos. Donor information gets scattered, campaigns updates become difficult to track, and leadership struggles to understand where funds are actually coming from.
Got it. I mean, this actually sounds like a similar business itself. The struggle is quite same.
Exactly. Whether it's a business or a non-profit, once growth begins, structure becomes necessary. And without a system, even the most passionate mission can struggle operationally.
That is completely true. I mean, the structure is always required here. And let's explain this simply, like a simplified form. If someone from a non-profit is listening at this moment, right now, how would you describe the ZenDonor?
So basically, ZenDonor is a donor relationship management, also which has campaign management, and it is designed specifically for non-profits.
Okay.
Think of it like a place where organizations can clearly see their entire donor ecosystem. Who donated, when they donated, which campaigns they supported, how engaged are they with this organization. But beyond that, ZenDonor helps organizations to manage different types of fundraising models and even campaigns.
Understood. So basically it's like all structured and together itself is easier to understand. Okay.
Yes.
Got it.
For example, regular donation campaigns, crowdfunding campaigns, peer-to-peer fundraising events. So like with all just in one structured system.
Got it. It's basically like instead of having 5 different tools or different platforms or even 5 different confused people on what they're doing, everything is in one single place. It's easier to track and they can focus on the main mission.
Correct.
Got it. Understood.
And that clarity helps leadership focus on impact and instead of administration.
I understand that because administration is the second part. The main thing is the focus of the non-profit. And some people might think that a non-profit actually doesn't need the CRM there, and they might think we are just doing a social work here. We are not actually running a whole big industry or an organization. So what would you actually say to them?
I would say it is like simple words. I would say impact grows when structure grows. A non-profit may start with 10 donors. That's easy to manage. But when things become complex, like $100 and all, or like $1,000, things literally change. Without a structure, a relationship weakens. Okay, and donors want to feel more connected to the cause. A system like ZenDonor helps the organizations to maintain that connection. It reminds them when donors supported them, what they care about and how they communicate with them meaningfully.
Got it. So basically ZenDonor is more than a non-profit CRM. It's actually mainly to build the relationship with the donors itself.
Exactly. So you can take this, a non-profit doesn't run on money alone. It runs on the trust. and
Okay.
trust grows consistently with the communication.
That's very philosophical. Okay, so let's talk about this structure a bit. Okay, so what makes ZenDonor different from a normal CRM platform?
So like the biggest difference in the ZenDonor is it like understanding how a non-profits organize or like operates. So for example, it supports multiple fundraising styles.
Okay.
So like it supports the traditional campaigns, it supports the peer-to-peer campaigns, it supports the crowdfunding initiatives and in-kind donations, and also all kind of fundraising events. So like each of this has its own structure. Okay, and ZenDonor helps organizations to track them clearly.
Okay.
Everything is being visible in the same platform. Leaderships can see which campaign performs well, which donors engage frequently, and where to focus their efforts.
That's actually a lot of details in it. So this platform basically answers most of the questions which a non-profit should be answering, like which campaigns are effective and which donors are most engaged in that particular year or a month, and where should we invest our energy, where we are getting more of a reach or where we are able to put it on to more people. So that actually makes sense how the flow is being created there.
Yeah, I would say exactly what you said is correct. And when those answers become visible, decisions making improves dramatically.
Of course, a lot of changes is making there. So listening to this actually reminds me one of the famous line from Spider-Man, where they say like, with great power comes great responsibility.
Yeah.
I mean, the only different change is like with great donations comes great spreadsheets, and they're trying to avoid that here.
Yes.
Got it.
And eventually those spreadsheets becomes monsters actually. Okay. And I have seen non-profits with spreadsheets that looks like they belong to some NASA control room or something.
Okay.
ZenDonor just simplifies all that
All
chaos.
those things at the time. That is actually cool. So why did Zentegra decide to build something specifically for non-profits?
Because we believe impact deserves a structure. Without structure, you cannot build it. Non-profits are solving real social problems. Okay,
Yeah.
but if their systems are slowing them down, their impact is also getting slowing down. Okay, so ZenDonor exists to remove that operational friction. So organizations can focus more on their mission and less on the managing spreadsheet side.
Got it. That is actually very insightful, and I guess that kind of summarizes the overall structure on what's the cause of ZenDonor and how the non-profit can use the ZenDonor. And before we wrap up, I just want to say this, that building ZenDonor reminds us of something important. Behind every system, every product, and every transformation, there are actual people who work, who put their effort. And the way people think, collaborate, and solve problems internally is what ultimately shapes what we deliver to the outside world. So thanks a lot for that insight, Jose.
Thank you.
Yeah. And in the next episode, we are going to do something a little more different than what we did now. Okay, so we are bringing another voice from inside Zentegra itself, someone who works with the team and experience this environment every day. So exactly, it's going to be a candid conversation without any pre-planning, with a direct question and say, it's going to be a complete conversational. So it's actually going to feel like working in a transformation driven organization. The challenge, the learning curves, and the moment that makes the journey completely meaningful. So
yeah, even I think the listeners will find it interesting because it's easy to see the final results of the projects, but not many people see the internal thinking and the experiences behind them.
Of course, it is true. It is completely true. And yes, we are, if you're totally curious about what we actually do inside Zentegra, don't miss out the next episode. And this is Jerry and Jose from TimeOut at Zentegra. See you next week.
Wow.